You ever notice something strange about dating? How the guy who bends over backwards for her, the one who's always there, always texting, always available, is the one she ends up ignoring? While the man who seems unbothered, who barely gives her the time of day, he's the one she can't stop thinking about? Yeah, you're not crazy. There's a reason for that. And it has nothing to do with being a bad boy or playing games. Welcome to Stoic Wisdom. I'm Joel, and today we're breaking down one of the most frustrating paradoxes in modern dating: why women are drawn to the men who don't prioritize them. Not because those men are rude, not because they're cold, but because they understand something most guys never learn. Respect, attraction, and value are never given. They're earned. Let me paint you a picture. Two guys go on dates with the same woman. The first one compliments her every 5 minutes. He texts, "Good morning," every day. He plans romantic evenings, and if she doesn't reply for an hour, he gets anxious. He starts double texting. The second guy? He's polite, respectful, but not chasing. He responds when he feels like it. He's focused on his goals, his time is limited, and he never tries to prove himself. Guess which one she respects? Guess which one she starts thinking about at night? Now let me ask you, have you ever had a woman suddenly want you more? Right after you stopped caring so much? Drop it in the comments. I'll be reading. In this video, we're diving into 12 powerful truths that most men never get taught. Truths that will flip the way you see yourself, and how women see you. If you're tired of being overlooked, if you're done being the nice guy who always finishes last, then stay locked in. Because what you're about to learn will change how you carry yourself, and who starts chasing you. Let's begin. Point 1. Women want what they can't easily have. You want to know what triggers desire in women? It's not constant praise, it's not non-stop attention, it's distance, mystery, scarcity. It's the feeling that she doesn't fully have you. See, we're wired to chase what feels just out of reach. That's human nature, and women feel it more intensely than most men realize. If you're always available, always replying within seconds, if your attention is always guaranteed, it stops meaning anything. She doesn't feel like she's earning it, and what costs her nothing holds no value. Let's be real. Luxury brands don't lower their prices to get more buyers. They raise them. They create exclusivity, and that exclusivity creates desire. Same goes for your attention. If she doesn't have to work for your time, if you're always checking in, always reaching out, she starts to expect it. She stops appreciating it, and soon, she starts ignoring it. Now picture the opposite. You're focused on your goals. You respond when it fits your day. You don't chase. You don't overtext. You stay calm, centered, and present in your own world. What happens next? She notices. She starts wondering, why isn't he like the others? Is he busy? Does he have someone else? Why am I not enough to keep his focus? And just like that, you've flipped the dynamic. You've become the prize, not by pretending, not by playing games, but by actually having a life that doesn't revolve around her. When a woman feels like she's the one doing the chasing, everything changes, because now she's invested, emotionally, mentally, and even biologically. You didn't need to beg. You didn't need to impress. You just needed to be rare. And a rare man is a wanted man. Point 2. Respect is earned, not given. Here's one of the biggest lies men grow up believing: that if you're nice, if you treat her well, if you do everything right, she'll naturally respect you. She won't, because respect isn't handed out like a participation trophy. It's earned, and it's earned through strength, not supplication. A woman doesn't respect a man who tries too hard to win her over. She respects the man who respects himself first. Let's break it down. 2 guys take her on a date. The first guy? He agrees with everything she says. He laughs at every joke. He keeps trying to prove, "I'm a good guy. Please like me." The second guy? He's grounded. He's calm. He listens, but he doesn't fear disagreement. If she tests him, he holds his ground. If she acts entitled, he calls it out, playfully but firmly. Now tell me, who does she respect more? It's not even close. The first guy puts her on a pedestal. And when you put her above you, she can't help but look down on you. But the second guy, he's not chasing approval. He doesn't fear walking away. And that's why she leans in. Here's the truth. Women don't respect men who give their value away for free. They respect the ones who know their worth and protect it. That means you don't beg for her time. You don't rearrange your life to fit hers. You don't say yes to everything just to stay on her good side. Respect is built through boundaries, through confidence, through the quiet strength of a man who doesn't need to be liked. A man like that, he doesn't ask for respect. He commands it, without saying a word. Point 3. Desperation kills attraction. Let's get one thing straight. Nothing kills attraction faster than desperation. Nothing. The moment she senses that you need her, that your mood depends on her reply, that your sense of self is tied to her attention, it's over. She might not say it. She might still smile, but inside, she's already gone. Because women aren't drawn to desperation. They're drawn to certainty, confidence, self-sufficiency. Desperation whispers, "I'm not enough without you. I'll do anything to keep you. Please choose me." But attraction doesn't reward neediness. It responds to power, to the man who chooses, not the one begging to be chosen. Think about it. You ever meet someone who tried way too hard to impress you? Complimented you nonstop? Agreed with everything you said? Always available no matter what? How did it make you feel? Exactly. A little uncomfortable, maybe even annoyed, because something felt off. That's what happens when you come off desperate. Now flip it. Think of the guy who's grounded. He's not chasing. He's focused. He moves like his life is full. And it is. He's not cold. He's not arrogant. But he's not needy. That man? He's magnetic. Women can feel it. Because desperation smells like fear. And confidence smells like freedom. And freedom, that's attractive as hell. So here's the shift. Stop chasing. Stop proving. Stop over-delivering to people who haven't earned your energy. Your value doesn't go up when you try harder. It goes up when you try less and expect more. Desperation is loud, but power is quiet. And the man who doesn't need her, he's the one she starts chasing. Point 4. The power of indifference. Here's a truth most men don't want to hear. Indifference is more powerful than charm. You can have good looks. You can say all the right things. You can even make her laugh. But if you're too eager, too available, too emotionally attached too soon, she feels it. And the attraction fades, not because she's heartless, not because she wants to play games, but because certainty kills curiosity. See, women are emotional creatures. They respond to mystery, to uncertainty, to the unknown. When a man is always predictable, she stops wondering, she stops thinking about him, and eventually, she stops caring. But indifference? Indifference makes her question, why isn't he chasing me? Why doesn't he text first? Is he not into me? Or is he just different? And the moment she starts asking those questions, she's already emotionally invested. Because now, it's not about you. It's about how she feels in your presence. And that is where attraction lives. Most men ruin this. The second she pulls back, they panic. They start texting more, explaining themselves, trying to fix things. And just like that, they hand over all the power. But a high-value man? He stays grounded, unshaken, focused. If she needs space, he gives it. If she plays games, he doesn't react. Because he's not trying to keep her. He's already complete. That's what indifference really is. Not coldness, not manipulation, but emotional independence. It says, I like you, but I don't need you. I'm good either way. And that kind of energy, it pulls her in. Every time. Point 5. Women want the man. Other women want this one's deep. And it's primal. Women are drawn to what other women desire. Not because they're shallow, not because they want competition, but because of something called social proof. It's the idea that if others want you, you must be valuable. Think about it. Ever notice how a guy in a relationship suddenly becomes more attractive? Like women start paying attention out of nowhere? It's not a coincidence. It's biology. It's psychology. It's perception. When a woman sees that other women want you, she starts asking questions. What's so special about him? Why do they like him? Is he better than I thought? And just like that, attraction begins. Now flip it. A man no woman notices, no attention, no curiosity, no mystery. She subconsciously assumes, if no one else wants him, maybe I shouldn't either. That's how powerful social proof is. You see this everywhere, at bars, at parties, even online. A man surrounded by women, smiling, relaxed, confident. He stands out. He radiates value. He doesn't have to say he's wanted. The room says it for him. Meanwhile, the guy standing alone, trying too hard, checking his phone every 2 minutes, he gets overlooked. Again, it's not about being fake. It's about living a life that naturally generates attention. When you're building your body, your business, your purpose, and women start noticing, not because you chase them, but because you're evolving, that's when the dynamic flips. You go from seeking validation to being the one they want to impress. That's the shift. That's power. Because women don't just want a man. They want a man who is wanted. Point 6. Attention loses value when it's free. Let's talk about your attention. It's currency, and most men are out here giving it away like loose change. Every double text, every constant like, every random compliment, every time you drop what you're doing just to reply instantly, you're telling her, my attention is cheap. My time is unlimited. You don't need to earn me. And that's a problem, because what's easy to get is easy to forget. You think you're showing effort. She sees a man with no standards. You think, if I give her more, she'll see how much I care. But she thinks, if I didn't have to work for this, it's probably not worth much. Harsh? Yeah, but real. A woman doesn't crave what's handed to her. She craves what she has to earn. That's where value comes from. Think about it. What's more valuable? A diamond hidden in the mountains, or one you find sitting on the sidewalk? Rarity creates worth. Effort creates desire. So when you're constantly available, you're robbing her of the experience of earning you. She doesn't have to text back. You'll text again anyway. She doesn't have to initiate. You'll always reach out. At that point, you're no longer a prize. You're a backup plan. Men, wake up. Your attention is not a gift if you give it to everyone. It's background noise. It's disposable. But when you pull back, when you become selective, when you make her earn your energy, that's when she starts to notice. That's when she starts investing. That's when you stop being an option and start becoming the standard. A high-value man doesn't throw attention around. He protects it, he guards it, he gives it only where it's deserved, and that's what makes it powerful. Point 7. Men who prioritize themselves always win. Let's make one thing clear. The man who puts himself first always wins. Not because he's selfish, not because he doesn't care, but because he understands something deeper. You can't be her rock if you're crumbling inside. Most guys lose themselves trying to win a woman. They cancel their plans. They put their purpose on pause. They rearrange their whole life just to make her happy. And then they wonder why she stops respecting them, why she pulls away, why the connection dies. Here's why. You became too available, too focused on her, and not focused enough on your mission. Women aren't attracted to a man who revolves around them. They're drawn to the man who's going somewhere, with or without them. When you have a purpose, a vision, a goal that drives you, you move differently. You don't beg, you don't chase, you don't fold. You invite, You invite her into a life that's already full, already disciplined, already built on self-respect. And if she doesn't want to join, you keep building. That's power. That's presence. That's what makes her see you as rare, as valuable, as unshakable. Because the man who prioritizes himself doesn't need to prove anything. His energy speaks. His results speak. His boundaries speak. And guess what? The moment you stop trying to be the perfect man for her and start becoming the realest man for yourself, that's when the right women start chasing you. Not because you need them, but because they feel lucky to be chosen by a man who doesn't choose out of need. He chooses from strength. Point 8. She tests you to see if you'll break. Here's something no one warns you about. She will test you. Not to be cruel, not to play games, but to see what you're made of. She wants to know, are you stable? Are you strong? Are you the kind of man who folds under pressure? Because if you crumble the moment she pulls back, if you chase harder when she gives less, if you adjust your standards just to keep her happy, she sees it, she feels it, and her respect for you starts to erode. See, most men fail the test. They panic when she gets distant. They overcompensate. They try to buy back her attention. But the high-value man? He doesn't flinch. When she pulls back, he stays grounded. When she's moody, he remains calm. When she tests him, he doesn't try harder. He watches. He evaluates. He decides if she's still aligned with his values, because he's not afraid to walk away. And that, right there, that's what makes her come closer. Women test to find your edge, to discover your boundaries, to feel the strength of your spine. If you have none, if you let her walk all over your time, energy, or principles, she might stay for a while, but she'll never respect you. And without respect, attraction dies. So the next time she pushes your limits, don't react, don't chase, don't negotiate your worth, hold your frame, stand on your values, and let her feel what it's like to be in the presence of a man who doesn't break. Because once she sees you're not afraid to lose her, that's when she realizes she can't afford to lose you. Point 9. You can't be the prize if you treat her like one. Let's get real. You can't be the prize if you treat her like she's the prize. And that's the mistake most men make. They act like she's doing them a favor by spending time with them. Like her beauty, her attention, her presence is something they have to earn. So they overgive. They overcompensate. They shower her with praise before she's proven anything. But here's the problem. When you treat someone like royalty without them earning it, they don't feel grateful. They feel superior. And now, you've created a one-sided dynamic. You're performing. She's evaluating. That's not a relationship. That's a job interview. Real talk. If you keep putting her on a pedestal, you're automatically lowering yourself. And no woman stays attracted to a man she has to look down on. So what's the solution? Shift the frame. Stop asking, how can I impress her? Start asking, is she even worth my time? Because when you carry yourself like a man of value, you don't chase her. You choose her. You don't impress her. You invite her. You don't fear losing her. Because you know you won't lose yourself. You become the one she's trying to win over, the one she wants to be chosen by. That's the switch. That's the power. When you stop acting like she's the prize and start living like you are, everything changes. Point 10. A man without boundaries is just a tool. Let's not sugarcoat this. A man without boundaries isn't seen as kind, isn't seen as generous. He's seen as a tool, a means to an end, someone to use, not someone to value. Because when you don't have lines, she can't cross. You're telling her you have no spine, no self-respect, no standards, and women don't love men they don't respect. You might think saying yes to everything makes you a good partner. You might believe being easygoing keeps things peaceful. But here's the truth. She's testing your limits. She's watching how far she can push. And if you never push back, she loses interest. Why? Because real masculine energy is structured. It's decisive. It draws the line and says, "This is who I am. This is what I tolerate. This is what I walk away from." Without that, you're just another placeholder, another guy who's convenient, another man who bends at the first sign of pressure. Women don't want to lead. They don't want to be in charge of your identity. They want to trust that you know who you are. And boundaries? They are the proof. When you say no without apologizing, when you call out bad behavior calmly, when you walk away from disrespect, you're telling her, "I'm not afraid of losing you. I'm afraid of losing myself." That's rare, that's masculine, that's powerful. So remember this: a man without boundaries is not kind, he's replaceable. A man with standards, he's unforgettable. Point 11. True attraction comes from inner strength, not external tricks. Let's clear something up. You don't need tactics to attract women. You don't need to fake confidence, or memorize clever pickup lines, or play emotional chess. Because true attraction, it doesn't come from strategy. It comes from state. From the man you are when no one's watching. From the life you live when you're not trying to impress. You can say all the right things. But if your energy says, "I'm insecure," she'll feel it. You can act distant on purpose. But if your mind is still obsessed with getting her back, she'll feel it. Women are intuitive. They don't just hear what you say, they feel who you are. That's why the inner game always wins. If your life is full, if your purpose is clear, if your self-worth isn't tied to her reaction, you won't have to act detached. You will be detached. You won't have to pretend you're busy. You will be busy, building your life. You won't have to act confident. You'll carry the quiet power of a man who knows who he is. That kind of energy, it's magnetic. Because attraction isn't about performance. It's about alignment. When you're deeply aligned with your mission, when you move with intention, when you protect your peace at all costs, she notices. She feels it in how you walk, how you talk, how you respond, or don't. And the best part? You're not doing it for her. You're doing it for you. That's where real power comes from. And that's what makes women chase. Point 12. When you don't need her, she wants you more. Here's the paradox that most men never understand. The less you need her, the more she wants you. Not because you're playing games, not because you're trying to manipulate her emotions, but because neediness repels and independence attracts. When you chase her, you send a message. My life isn't full without you. But when you're grounded, when your days are driven by purpose, when your nights are peaceful, with or without her, she feels it. And suddenly the dynamic flips. She's not the one being pursued. She's the one doing the pursuing. Because nothing is more attractive than a man who's whole on his own. No emotional neediness, no desperate energy, just calm certainty. You're not trying to impress. You're not hoping to be chosen. You're choosing yourself. And that changes everything. She starts to wonder, why doesn't he need me? What makes him so sure of himself? What's going on in his life that I'm not part of? And just like that, curiosity becomes interest. Interest becomes desire. But none of that happens if you're clinging, if you're chasing, if your happiness depends on her attention. The truth? The man who's hardest to shake is the one who doesn't need anyone to feel complete. And that's the man she wants. Not because he's unavailable, but because he's unshakable. So if you take one thing from this entire video, let it be this. Stop chasing women. Start chasing excellence. Stop seeking love. Start living with purpose. Stop trying to be wanted. Become undeniable. Because when you no longer need her, that's when she realizes she can't replace you. So let's bring it all together. If you keep chasing women, you'll keep losing yourself. If you keep prioritizing her, she'll stop prioritizing you. But the moment you flip the script, the moment you become the center of your own world, you win. Because attraction isn't about proving. It's about positioning. It's not about needing her to see your value. It's about knowing it for yourself. A man with mission doesn't ask for respect. He doesn't wait to be loved. He commands presence just by walking into the room. That's who you become when you stop giving away your power. And if this message hits something in you, it's time to rise. Not for her. Not for revenge. Not to get the girl. But for yourself. Because you were never meant to live on your knees. You were meant to stand. So build your life. Guard your peace. And walk like a man who chooses. Not one who begs to be chosen. Stay stoic. Stay sharp. Stay dangerous. This is Joel, and you've been watching Stoic Wisdom. Drop a comment below. What point hit you hardest today? And if you're ready to go deeper, check out the link in the description. You'll find tools, insights, and next steps to master your mindset and take back your edge. Until next time, respect yourself, protect your power, and never forget, you are the prize.